Welcome! In this video, I'm gonna tell you the key fact of how to pass the ACCA Advanced Financial Management or the AFM exam in 2025. So firstly, the AFM syllabus is huge. However, we break the AFM syllabus topics in only 42 topics. According to my experience, that in each and every exam, approximately half of the 42 topics would be tested. So for example, this is our study note. For example, as you can see clearly on the screen, from Chapter 1 MPV, Chapter 2 Payback, and even the duration and the IRR in Chapter 3, right until the end of Chapter 42, the Green Finance. So make sure that you will not treat each of the syllabus area alone, because in our course, we'll bring all these topics all together and integrate them into exam questions, and to make sure that your answer style that the examining team likes. Now, moving on. My tip number 2 there is that you need to use the exam focused approach to approach the AFM exam. And of course, I've been the financial management module examiner in the university. I also set financial management exam questions. However, the way that I set the question will be absolutely different from the way that the AFM examining team sets the AFM exam questions. Now, what I would like to share with you is that I will teach you my unique approach to make sure that your answer not only scores the technical marks, but also the professional marks in the AFM paper. Let me just to give you 2 examples. When I teach my student to write their answers regarding the project duration, always 3 points. And of course, the final point, the higher the duration, the higher the risk, will help you score 1 skepticism mark in the AFM exam. Another example I'd like to share with you is the modified internal rate of return, or the MIRR. When this topic is tested, I always say to my students, write 2 points. And of course, as you can see, the first point about the reinvestment assumption of the MIRR not only helps you score 1 technical mark, but also 1 skepticism mark. So make sure that you're ready. There are quite a few hidden marks in this paper, and I will teach you how to score them one by one. Now, another tip I would like to share with you is that in this paper, the basic idea will not be enough to help you score a pass. Now, for example, when I teach my students about the risk diversification, because in this paper, the risk diversification and the hedging of those risks will be heavily tested by the examining team. Sometimes in calculative part of your exam, sometimes would be in a narrative part. For example, if you're testing about the narrative part to describe the risk diversification, don't say that we are doing something new. Don't say that we are not putting all the eggs into 1 basket. This will not be enough to score you the marks to pass. However, I will teach you that diversification of risk is all about to make sure that the correlation will not be +1. So something happens will not affect 2 or more of your investment at the same time in the same direction. Because the diversification of risk will simply mean that, okay, we've got, let's say, 2 investments, 1 increasing the return, 1 decreasing the return, so we offset against each other. And this is what I mean by diversification. and this will help you score 1 technical mark and 1 commercial acumen mark. So therefore, as you can see, that when you are studying the AFM using my course, you're actually studying most of the past exam questions, because we integrated the past exam questions into our course already, and we break them down. Sometimes we simplify them in order to help you to get the idea as soon as possible. So besides, I will also create the Platinum Questions Pack. So for some of the students, they may not have enough time to study this paper at the same time they work in a real life. And you can spend a few days going through these questions to secure pass in the exam. Now, when you enroll in our course, and you will see that our course materials have been updated to 2025 syllabus already, including the downloadable study notes and the Excel that I use in class in terms of the calculation. And when you click on the videos, and you will see the pre-recorded lectures going through the 42 syllabus topics to make sure that you will get a pass in the exam. Now, besides, when you click on the revision course, I will use the handout approach to make sure to summarize the syllabus topic in another way. I will try to integrate all the topics together in a super engaging way and exam-focused approach. Besides, as you can see, you can also get the Platinum questions go through, and here, for each of the questions that I tipped, and I will include the lectures going through that question step by step. And of course, for these Platinum questions, you can download the pack and do the question on your own first before you go through the debrief. And of course, I offer 7/24 tutor support via email or WhatsApp. If you've got any questions, and you can directly contact me, and you will get the reply as soon as possible. And of course, I'm passionate in teaching the AFM, and I'm passionate to helping you succeed in this paper and get qualified as soon as possible. My approach will certainly be 100% exam focused. We get rid of anything that you don't need to know to pass this paper, but we only focus on what you need to know to pass this paper, and as quickly as possible. The final words, best of luck to your AFM exam. Success.
APC, accounting for your future.